Okay, so my story is set in 1988. I know, come back with me. So I'm in third grade. And 2 years before that, in '86, the movie Aliens came out. Do you guys remember the movie Aliens? Sigourney Weaver and that big black monster with the fucking animal, the monster inside its mouth. It opened its mouth and then a mouth came out of its mouth. Right. I'm at my aunt's house and she has the VHS. VHS is a box like this big with holes in it. You put it in a VCR. A VCR, anyway, you get it. So she's playing this for the family like it's like a goddamn Disney movie. And I'm like, I like space, this is cool. And it's not cool. I'm 8, it fucked me up. Fucking spoiler alert, but the goddamn android gets cut in half and the fucking aliens attack everybody. Okay, so then the next day, it's like November, excuse me. It's, I get nervous. It's like November 12th, and I go to my third grade class, and I have Mrs. Webb. Now, Mrs. Webb sounds as old as she looks. Flip that. Looks as old as she sounds. She was probably only like 50, but I was like, this lady's 80 years old. Holy shit. And she's got arthritis, she walks slow, she's cranky. And she's like, okay kids, today we're learning about the Pilgrims. And when you learn about Pilgrims in elementary school, all you're learning is about these like cartoon, precious moments looking characters with like, the dudes have big hats with belt buckles on them, and all the ladies are in dresses, and the Native Americans are cool with it, and everyone's eating together, and it's dope. And you're like, that's dope. And she's like, the Pilgrims came over on the, thank you so much, I didn't pay much attention. I was so traumatized. On the Mayflower, because they were being religiously persecuted, and they came here for freedom. And I said, oh, like my family, we came here from Iran because we were being persecuted and we wanted freedoms. So we came here, we came here for like a pilgrim for the freedom. And she looked at me and very matter-of-factly said, you're not a pilgrim, you're an alien. Right. Now, she didn't know. She didn't know I just saw that fucking crazy wet black giant dick with a fucking mouth in its mouth. And I'm like, no. I'm a pilgrim. And she's like, no, you're an alien. And I was like, no, I'm a pilgrim, and I'll wear the hat with the belt buckle, and it's cool, and we'll eat turkey. And she's like, you are an alien. Now, in my mind, like the whole class then started chanting, alien, alien. I'm sure that's not what happened. So, we have recess, and I'm very emotionally drained as an 8-year-old. So I go and cry in the bathroom. It gets worse, guys. I come back to the classroom, and I have to pee. Because I didn't pee when I was in the bathroom, because I was already dehydrating in one way, and I didn't want to dehydrate in 2 ways. So I go there, and about 2 minutes into the class starting again, she's like, okay, so now we're going to learn about, and I raise my hand and I go, Mrs. Webb, can I use the restroom, please? And she goes, no, you just had recess. You have to wait till lunch. And I said, I know, but I didn't use Mrs. Webb, I didn't use the bathroom during recess. And she's like, why? And I didn't want to tell her that I was crying. And I was like, I didn't, because I was playing, and she's like, well, no, you have to wait till lunch, it's fine. And I said, okay. So then I waited a little bit, and then I started fidgeting in my chair, and she was like, stop fidgeting. And I'm like, okay. And then I was like shaking a lot, and then I was like, Mrs. Webb, I really need to go to the bathroom. And she's like, you've been interrupting my class too much. You need to come and sit in the teacher's aide chair next to me. So I go up like a fucking nightmare. I go up and sit in front of the whole, much like this right now with all of you staring at me. I'm sitting there and Mrs. Webb is right here. And she's still teaching the class, which is it's a shitty punishment because I'm still not learning anything, you idiot. I can't see you. So I'm sitting there and I'm really fidgeting. And she has this box of Kleenex tissues, not sponsored, tissues in a box near the table. And that'll come in handy in a second. And I'm wearing corduroy pants. Yeah. Wait. So I gotta go. And I go, Mrs. Webb, I really, really have to go. And she goes, fine, you can go, but then you have to go to detention after school. And I mentioned earlier, I'm Iranian. We do not get in trouble. We do not get detention. We don't get B's on tests. We don't get anything less than a star or an A+. So there's no way I'm going to detention, and there's no way I'm telling my parents that I didn't pee during recess because the kids called me an alien. My parents would hit me harder than Mrs. Webb could. She has arthritis. So it's fine. Take it. So I go, no, it's fine. And I try to hold it, and then I can't anymore. And I just start peeing. And I'm peeing, and it's terrible, and I'm surprised. And then I close my eyes, and then it's fine, because no one can see me. And it's just peeing this chair, and I'm grabbing tissues, and I'm shoving them between my legs, and I'm pressing my legs together like this. And when I open it, there's this triangle of tissue ribbed like the corduroys. So I'm like then taking that and like putting it aside and grabbing more and sopping it all up. And then it's finally lunchtime. And I get to go outside. And I go outside and one of the kids goes, "Did you pee your pants?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And I thought he's gonna be on my side. Like, oh my God, Mrs. Webb is such a bitch. But he was like, ha ha, Nima peed his pants. And I was like, no, I didn't, he's lying. And I started crying. And then they started calling me Nima Falls. You're all bullies. Whoever laughed at that's a bully because you figured it out quicker than I did when they were calling me it. It's a variation on Niagara Falls. So they started calling me Nima Falls, and then that happened. So then it was just like, Nima Falls, Nima Falls, Nima Falls. And I was like, I'm not falling. Oh, I get it. It's the water that's streaming down my face. They didn't even care about the peeing my pants. It was the tears streaming down my face was a thing. I didn't get in trouble. Neither did Mrs. Webb, although she died 2 years later. She was old. I told you, she was really old. And then my parents never found, they still to this day do not know this story. And I thought I was over this, like totally over this, and I promised I would do this storytelling show. And then 3 days ago, I swear to God, I saw a dude wearing corduroy pants, and I was like, nope, I can't. Like, I had to look away. Like, I can't even look at those pants. So that's my story. Thank you.